Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Zay for sending me this crazy story, right? This story comes courtesy of the Immigration Helpline PH. And I mean, just hearing the story alone is enough to say, ain't no way. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a way. All right. So basically, this was a press release from December 3, 2021. All right. It says the BI, which is the Bureau of Immigration, nabs an overstaying U.S. national who threatened to burn the house he was living in Zamboanga. So he threatened to burn down the house he was living in Zamboanga. All right. It says the Bureau of Immigration agents in Mindanao arrested an American found to be overstaying. Right. Foreigner overstaying in the Philippines. Big whoop. Found to be overstayed after his estranged Filipino wife filed a complaint against him for having an affair with another woman and taking away properties from their house while she was abroad. Damn, that's a mouthful. She basically, like I said, and I will repeat, she filed a complaint against her husband because he was sleeping with other women while she was working as an OFW abroad. Interesting. In a report to Immigration Commissioner, the person's name, BI Intelligence Chief identified the American as a 41-year-old Ryan Matthew Nelson, who was arrested last Wednesday in Zamboanga City by operatives from the Bureau's Region 9 Task Force. All right, in coordination with the blah blah blah. All right. The arresting agents were armed with mission order issued by the BI guy, which directed them to effectively arrest the American. When we looked into, and this is a quote, the complaint, we found out that he is already an overstaying alien as he failed to extend his visa when it expired March of this year. So March of 2021. He will thus be charged for violation of Philippine Immigration Act. In a complaint filed by the Bureau of Immigration, Nelson's sister-in-law, which is the sister of his wife, alleged that her sibling's foreign husband had been having an affair with a mistress while his wife was an OFW in Kuwait. She also described her brother-in-law as a drunkard, a troublemaker who always gets into fights with his drinking buddies in the neighborhood. There's a lot to unpack. The complaint further accused Nelson of carting away all of her sister's belongings, including her television set, refrigerator, washing machine, microwave oven, and his wife's personal things. Got to be more careful. There's a lot to unpack here. Foreigner, Philippines, overstaying. Let's start there. If they find out you're overstaying, they're going to come for that ass. Period. Not only was he overstaying, his wife was an OFW. So wifey was out there making the bread. Does that not sound a lot like a Filipina type of relationship though? He sits at home, he gets drunk all damn day while wifey's overseas making the bread. I mean, wow. And this is an American guy doing this. Am I flabbergasted by it? No. But the fact that he was able to get away with it, yes. There is no backstory how they met. Maybe they met while they were in Kuwait. They got married. She wanted to continue working. He was probably good, so he stayed home. I don't know. Maybe he refused, or he was too broke to take care of her and the family, so she went out and got a job. I don't know. But if this story doesn't sound eerily familiar to some situations that you may come across in the Philippines on a regular basis with the locals, it surprises me that a Filipino would actually allow a dude, a foreigner of any regard, to get away with something like this. But aside from that, let's talk about bad habits, gents. He drinks all day and causes trouble. If you let the sister-in-law tell it, that's what he does all day. He drinks all day. He's a drunkard. He gets in troubles and fights and stuff with his drinking buddies. And again, bad habits, because of how cheap it is to get involved in such activities like that, bad habits can definitely manifest themselves if you allow them to manifest themselves. It's easy to get caught up in that shit. Very easy. But I think when you hear a story like this, you just have to talk about it, man. It's amazing the types of things that foreigners engage in a place like the Philippines. Now, is it common? Probably not, because I don't think that if it was as common, people would allow him to get away with it, or foreigners in general to get away with it. But I have to say this. He is living the Filipino dream. I mean, think about it. I get to sit at home all day. My wife is abroad. I get to sleep around and have extramarital affairs, third party. I do that without blatant disregard, and I basically allegedly took my wife's personal belongings and probably took them to like a place like a pawn shop or some shit so that I could get some money to drink. My man, does this not sound eerily familiar? Because anybody who's ever been to the Philippines, if you know exactly where I'm going with this one. But my man, it just blows my mind that this is what foreigners of a particular situation is allowed to get away with every now and again. Now, he gonna get fucked up, though. That overstaying stuff, they're not gonna forgive that, right? Not gonna forgive it. And he gonna have to deal with it, and he's definitely gonna have to make sure he pays for it. Who knows who's gonna pay for it? Doubt the wife gonna pay for it. He gonna have to come out of pocket on his own to pay the penalty, and I would not be surprised if they kick him out the country. Wouldn't surprise me none the least if they kick him out. I mean, overstaying foreigners is like bad juju. It really is. Because your blacklist, I mean, I think if you pay, and I'm not sure, I would definitely have to read in on this one. I think that if you pay, you don't have to worry about the blacklist. You just pay for it and get it taken care of. But if you don't pay, I think they kick you out and they blacklist you. I don't know for how long. Could be indefinitely. I don't know. Based on the severity of the situation, he didn't really do anything physically wrong to anybody. So maybe they'll just have him pay the fines and keep him pushing. Or they might just say, you know what, man, it's probably best you go back home. Either way, he got to pay for it, and he has to attest to it, or he has to deal with it now. Right? And because that story is so wild and crazy, it's hard for me to fathom that a foreigner can live that local life like that and get away with it. But maybe it's only certain people that can get away with it. I personally wouldn't put myself in any position where that shit would ever happen to me. But then again, like I said, guys, you just never know, man. You never know who you're going to encounter in the country. You never know the types of people that are coming to the country. I can tell you right now, not everybody has the best interest of everybody at heart. So as a result of that, these are the stories that are going to happen on the back end. These are the not so flowery fairy tales of foreigners in the Philippines. And these are the ones that we choose to avoid by nature, you know? But I just wanted to share that video, man. I just wanted to share that story with you guys, and I would love to hear what you guys got to say about it, all right? Comment section below. I'll try to link something if I can find it, but as of right now, I'm dealing with a screenshot, and it was something via Facebook. So if I can find a way to get you guys a link to it so you can check it out, I'll try to leave it in the description area below. But basically, the story goes as it has been said. Foreigner, overstayed, conflict with his wife, Filipino wife who's an OFW, drinks all day, and if you ask the relatives, you know, allegedly he's nothing but a drunkard and things like that. And he basically took some of his wife's things, and who knows where he put them, and as a result they filed a complaint on him. Boy, what a story. Alright, if you guys enjoyed the video, you already know what to do, man. Appreciate you guys locking in. This has been the Good Dr. Mike TV, and with that being said, the Good Doc is officially out. At least knuckle, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Makita. Mabuhay. Peace.